If you've got at least $400 set aside for an unexpected problem, you're already stronger than 1 in 3 Americans. That's what the latest Federal Reserve study says. On one hand, that should give you a little comfort because it means you've taken the first step. But it should also alarm you because it shows just how many people are living on the edge. One cracked tooth, one busted radiator, or one late paycheck can push a family into panic. If you wake up every morning praying that nothing breaks, I understand that knot in your stomach. But what if I told you there's a way to change that feeling starting right now? Because the truth is, most people stay poor for very specific reasons. And once you strip those away, building wealth doesn't just become possible, it becomes inevitable. The first reason is simple, but it's powerful. Most people don't have a clear money goal. Think about it. Payday comes, money shows up, and then it just sprays out in every direction. Snacks, ride shares, impulse clicks, another streaming trial. It's like holding a hose without pointing it. The water soaks random ground, but the plant you actually care about stays bone dry. That's what happens to your money when there's no target. The fix is sharper than you think. Pick one destination and commit to it. Write it down where you can see it every day. Something like, I will crush my $5,000 card balance by December 31st. That's not just a note, it's a filter. Every decision now faces a test. Does this move me toward the date or push it back? Brew your own coffee, sell the guitar collecting dust, pick up an extra shift. Track your progress with something as simple as a bar you color in each week. Your brain loves progress bars. Watching it fill up keeps you moving even when motivation dips. Celebrate the milestones with free rewards. A walk in the park, a movie night at home. Small wins stack up and suddenly that debt doesn't own you anymore. But even with a goal, life still throws punches. That's why the second reason people stay broke is a lack of an emergency cushion. Emergencies aren't rare. They're certain. Machines break, people get sick, storms hit roofs, and somehow the bill always shows up at the worst time. Your car starter dies, the shop wants $600, and if you don't have the money, you swipe the card at 20% interest. One bad morning turns into months of payments. Flip that story by building what I call a baby fund. Scrape together $1,000 and park it in a savings account you promise never to touch. Sell the clutter you don't use, cancel the subscriptions you forgot you had, postpone the shiny new phone. Sweep every spare dollar into that account. Once you hit the first 1,000, push toward covering 3 months of living costs. Keep it in a bank you don't see every day so you're not tempted. Tell a friend about your plan so they'll check in and keep you accountable. The peace of mind that comes from knowing you can handle the next surprise, that alone changes how you sleep, how you think, and how you make choices. The third trap is living without a budget. People think budgets are cages, but really they're flashlights. They don't lock you in, they show you where your money is hiding. Just grab a sheet of paper, split it in 2 columns, money in, money out. Write your take-home pay on one side, then stack rent, food, power, fuel, debt, and fun on the other. If the totals clash, you'll see it right away. Suddenly, those mystery leaks aren't mysteries anymore. Bring lunch twice a week, cancel the extra streaming app, cut the red numbers before they drown you. After a few rounds, it stops feeling heavy and starts feeling clear. It's like a pilot filing a flight plan. You want to know exactly where you're landing before you even take off. That 10 minutes you spend each payday can save you hours of stress later. And when the numbers finally balance for the first time, you'll feel the fog lift. That's the power of clarity. Now here's where it gets sneaky. Expensive daily habits quietly bleed more money than most people realize. Cigarettes are obvious, but even if you don't smoke, you're not safe. Food delivery 4 nights a week? That's about $4,000 a year disappearing from your pocket. Late night flash sales where you snag a $30 gadget you never needed? That harmless little click twice a month becomes $700 a year. Leaks don't feel big because they're pinpricks, but together they drain the bucket. Put a sticky note on your laptop that asks, do I already own something that does this? That pause breaks the spell. Brew coffee at home. Swap 2 delivery nights for homemade dinners. Invite a friend over for taco night instead of going out. When they see how much you've saved, you'll have proof that you're moving different. These choices don't just protect your wallet, they protect your health too. And that's money saved before the doctor bills ever show up. But the fifth reason, and maybe the most dangerous of all, is spending money just to impress others. Social media is gasoline on that fire. You see your cousin on a yacht and suddenly your fully paid off sedan looks like a clunker. So you sign yourself into a lease you don't need, chasing likes that vanish in seconds while the payments stick for years. We end up buying things we don't need with money we don't have to impress people who aren't even paying attention. The test is easy. Imagine you own that thing, but no one else can see it. Do you still want it? If not, then it's not about joy. It's about image. That's not wealth. That's a trap. Quiet success is better. Build the bank account instead of the appearance. Your friends won't care whether you swipe a platinum card at a bar or pack a picnic for the park. The memories you build laughing under the stars are worth more than the receipt anyway. And finally, the sixth reason is bad debt. Debt isn't always evil. It can help when it's tied to something that pays you back. A used car that gets you to work, maybe even a small property that brings in rent. But swiping a credit card for a $1,000 television? That's just interest disguised as entertainment. Buy it on a card at 18% interest, make minimum payments, and by the time it's done, you've given the bank $600 extra while the TV itself is worth a fraction of what you paid. That's what bad debt does. It makes every step heavier. Attack it with the snowball method. Knock out the smallest balance first, then roll that payment into the next. Each victory builds momentum. Celebrate with free rewards, not more spending. Your credit score rises, your interest burden falls, and one day you wake up realizing you've crossed the line from paying interest to earning it. And that is the day everything shifts. So those are the 6 chains that hold people down. No clear goal, no emergency cushion, no budget, costly daily habits, chasing image, and bad debt. If you recognize yourself in any of those, don't feel shame. Feel urgency. Grab a notebook right now and write one small fix beside each. Automate a transfer to savings. Delete the food app. Put your smallest card balance on the fridge where you can't ignore it. These little moves stack up, and before long you'll feel hope, not fear, by the time payday comes around. Wealth rarely comes from luck. It comes from dozens of small choices, repeated day after day, until they snowball into freedom. Decide today that you're done renting your future. Take the first step now and watch how fast the results compound. Thanks for watching InvestingFlix, where smart money learns smarter moves. Subscribe for more insights that grow your wealth.